Guess who's back? Back again. Shady's back. Tell a friend. Guess who's back? Guess who's back? Guess who's back? Guess who's back?
Alright guys, and yes, guess who's back? And today's video is going to be on the best way to recover from a workout or any exercise you've done. Alright? Now realistically this is going to be from the window of when you get DOMS. And if you don't know what DOMS is delayed onset of muscle soreness. So do you know when you come from the gym and you can't even walk up the stairs, or you can't even get out of bed on the next day, and you're like, why did I do it like yesterday? Why did I do the bicep curl yesterday? My arms, or leg day, for example, So that's what DOMS is, It's that aching process that your muscles are going through. So it's where they've been ripping and they're starting to repair. Okay, so I'm gonna give you 20. That's 10 plus 10. Different ways to deal with it. Not all of them I know will be sort of easy to do or sort of easy to get the stuff to do with. However, at least 10 of them from this list you should be able to do, or you probably already do. But this is for people who really don't know what to do when it comes to the gym. So, you've getting yourself there, you've dragged yourself out of bed, you've came from work, you've had a babysitter, look after the kids, whatever. And you're just getting into the gym, or you're just about to do a run, or any other sport, for example, say football, rugby, whatever it may be. You've absolutely smashed it, right? So what is the next step? Okay, how do we get that motivation, that effort and everything to show? Okay, well, not necessarily to show, but how do we look after ourselves after that? So this is all about that process, okay? And it occurred to me that not many people really know what you're talking about when you're like, oh, have you rested properly? I'm like, well yeah, what do you mean? And that to me, it sparked something, and I was like, I need to make a video about this. I really do, because as a personal trainer, you want to sort of educate people as well, because eventually you want them to sort of be able to have all the knowledge and everything that you've passed on. So you're sort of like a teacher. I like to think of a personal trainer as basically a fitness teacher, in many ways. Not 100% sure why I would think that, but anyway, that's what I'm going with, because that's the only way I can really describe it. So, yeah. So anyway, I was at the gym yesterday because I'd have a week off, because I didn't want it to regress. I didn't want my muscles to sort of, So I thought, that's it. I don't want to regress. I've worked hard. I've progressed every so often. I'm gonna do that so I don't plateau, because I don't want to do that. So I took that week off, and yesterday I went back to the gym, but I was being a bit too cocky. A bit too cocky. My muscles have had a full week to relax. Do whatever, and then they're being absolutely smashed again. All right, and I wasn't just doing single sets. I was doing I did a superset for my arms and my chest. So I basically did the chest press. It was leaning down, and obviously I did the chest press with the dumbbells, because I find that easier. You get better range of motion, I find. So I did that, and then I went straight into a tricep extension like that, straight after it. And yeah, it's fair to say I'm paying for it today. It's absolutely killing us. It did last night as well. So that was me superset. I normally do a tricep. So I normally do say the shoulder press, and I'll do the chest press, and I'll do the tricep extension, like so. And obviously when I do that, it's good. I like to do it. That's part of my normal routine. And I also did a giant set, and a giant set's 4 more exercises in one. So I did that with core stability. But they weren't all core exercises, essentially. One of them was for my lower back, because obviously you've got to balance it out. If you're going to work your chest, you've got to work your back. If you're going to work your abs, you've got to work your lower back. Guys. And if you're going to work your quads, you need to work your hamstrings as well. You balance it all out for good posture. However, yeah. So I'm going to dive into this video now. But basically, I want to say if you learned something, you should learn something from this video. And I've had a lot of fun putting it all together. Been waiting for my iPad to charge a bit. It's about 20-30%, so it should be good, and then I can charge it after that. So yeah, without further ado, let's get into the video. And I'm back. Okay, guys. So I'm going to give you 20 different reasons for why you should do it for. What's the best way to recover? Okay, so at number 1, we have, you need to be able to really push yourself when you go to the gym. So the first two that I've got are kind of go hand in hand, and basically you want to make sure that you push yourself far enough to basically feel it. I'm not saying completely smash it if you've just started the gym. This is for more of a 3 to 4 week period. So say you're getting yourself into the gym, you know what you're gonna work, you know all the ins and outs type of thing. You say, oh, I'm gonna work this today, or I'm gonna have a go at this today, or say, oh, I'm gonna aim to run 2 miles a day, that type of thing. So what we want to do is you want to make sure that you really do train. But when you train, you want to make sure that you really do work your body. So it's not like a willy-nilly type of thing. You want to really be able to go for it when you work your body, but not too much that it's going to cause an injury. So you need to find that balance. So obviously I can't give you that balance because this isn't a personalized thing. This is more of an in general look at it. So you know your own body. So if you know you can run 2 miles, then you need to be able to say, right, I'm going to run 2 miles in 100 yards. Or say I'm going to run 2.5 miles this time. You need to be able to push yourself every so often though, but you need to be able to push yourself a little bit extra every time, if possible. And obviously there'll come a time when obviously you can't, and you need to have a rest period as well. But yeah, that's number 1. You want to make sure that you have, when you exercise, you want to make sure you have a good workout. Yeah, make sure you get the DOMs working, because if you get the DOMs working, then you know you're doing something right. Okay, so this brings me on to number 2. Number 2 is basically, it's a bit like the first one, but you want to get serious with your workouts. Okay, so you understand by now the foods that you should eat. If you've been going to the gym for a while, you should understand the foods that you eat before and after. However, you want to be doing it properly. So you don't want to be having a McDonald's and then going to the gym, or going to the gym and having a McDonald's. To some extent, maybe yes, if you know exactly what's in that meal. So you could get away with it. Say if you have a wrap, depending on what's in the wrap, so what sort of calorie needs it gives you, calorific needs, you could get away with it. I'm not saying that you go there and you smash a Big Mac. I'm saying you got to be wise with what you eat, and that's the hardest part. Being wise and knowing what's in where. And I think that's one of the hardest things you can do as a person, especially if you don't know what you're eating, is to basically know what you're eating. Essentially that, So you need to be a bit serious about it, and you need to have a little bit of discipline about you as well. That always gets you that extra little 5-10%. If you've got that self-discipline in you, because that's what got you in the first place, I hope. Your will and your determination got you there. Nobody else. You got you there yourself. Like me, for example. I got myself there. I told myself I wanted to do it. Told myself, in many ways I did tell myself I had to do it. But, it's my calling. I love the whole concept. But as a personal trainer, I never did it first. So yeah, you want to get serious. You want to understand what you eat before and after. And for those of you who don't know, before workout, ideally you want to have a complex carbohydrate. All right, that's to give you the energy to sort of progress into that workout period. So, for example, you could have, say, potatoes. Have a baked potato or something like that, or some rice, you know, or maybe even some pasta. Yeah, you can have yourself some pasta. These are all complex carbohydrates, and they will get you a long way. That's what you should be balancing your diet around as well. Start your food like that. Okay. So after the gym, well, we'll keep it on before the gym. So before the gym, you want to have some complex carbohydrates before you go to the gym, and that's within an hour's period. So an hour before you go for a workout, ideally, you want to be eating some complex carbohydrates. Now, when you finish the gym, not a lot of people know. People are gonna expect me to say just like, you know, half an hour after eat protein. Yes, do that by all means. That's what you should do to help your muscles, because obviously you need protein to help all the ripped muscles and everything. But also, there's a 15-minute period of time, and it's actually further down on this list, but we'll go into it a bit more then. There's a 15-minute window from the second you finish your exercise and you've done your stretches to that 15 minutes. That is like a golden period of time when you should be able to have a simple sugar. All right, and a simple sugar is something like, say, a chocolate bar, or say something like chocolate milk. And we'll touch on that a little bit further down. All right, so keep that in your mind. All right, so going on to number 3, we have don't skip your stretching. That's one thing you should never ever do. Skip your stretching, whether it's before or after. Because for one, you don't want an injury. You know, you don't want to go to the gym and then, you know, absolutely smash it. Not like, you know, recover your muscles and that without, you know, go without stretching, and then you do yourself some damage. You don't want to do that, because that sets you back even further. You know, so you need to be taking that into consideration. So what do I mean by that? Don't skip stretching. So don't skip your stretching. It's static stretching you want to do when you finish. So that's like, say you want to do like, say, a chest stretch, like that. You know, you just want to do a chest stretch, or you want to stretch your back, that type of thing. Oh, that actually really hurt. That actually, it was quite sore. But that's the type of thing you want to be doing. It's just standing there, you know, doing that. But you want to make sure you hit the muscles that you've worked. You want to activate the muscles you've worked. So say if you've done your legs, you want to obviously focus on your calves, you want to focus on your quads, that type of thing. You want to do exercise based on that. Alright? So you want to make sure that you stretch to warm up and also cool down. To warm up, you want to do a dynamic stretch. And I've talked about dynamic stretches before. Dynamic stretches are on the move. So say you do a walk and a lunge, or you could do a squat and a raise, you know, that type of thing. And these are really, really good for your body to do, because especially at the beginning, you can release the synovial fluid around your body, and the synovial fluid, it's basically it's heat activated. So obviously when you're going like this, for example, doing shoulder shrugs, when you're doing like your warm up and that, that's going to warm your body up eventually, isn't it? Yeah? So if you're doing it on the move, it's going to activate because of the heat of your body moving. It's going to loosen up all of your joints. And then you are going to be feeling a lot loose. And you're not going to be feeling really tight and restricted. Because that's one thing you don't want. You don't want to go into a workout cold. So I'd recommend doing dynamic stretches. Do 3 dynamic stretches. You know? That's all you really need to do. And then you want to go into, say, if this is for the gym, you want to go into, like, say, you want to warm up properly. So say you go on the treadmill for 10 minutes to a steady state. So like you could start doing, like, say, first 3 minutes, build it up to 5 kilometers or miles, whichever one the treadmill says it's doing. So you want to build it up to 5 eventually by the 3 minutes. Then keep it at 5. Or maybe even 7 until you get to the 7th minute, and then you want to bring it down every minute until you're at, say, a 1 or 2, and then that'll do because it's not too hard. It's not like really working your body in terms of like, ugh. And then you go from there. Okay, so you don't want to skip your stretching. All right, remember that. So now we're going to go into number 4, and number 4 is it's a post-workout protein that I was talking about just before. But you want to make sure that whether you're taking a supplement, but remember about a supplement, if you're going to take a supplement, it is a supplement, right? It's to supplement your diet, okay? It's not saying, oh, I'm not going to eat a steak today because I've got my supplement. No, that's to add to it. That's to give you that extra bit of protein to help you with your diet, if that makes sense. So it's like, basically you want to eat what you normally eat. If you're training and you know exactly what you should be eating type of thing, keep your diet the way it is. But what I'm saying is, a supplement is a supplement. It's to help to aid to that. So if you're not getting enough protein in your diet through your normal diet, then you could use that to top that up and to keep the levels the way they should be. Alright? You don't want to have that instead of your steak and chips when you come from wherever. You don't want to have that instead. You want to have that with it. Yeah? If that makes sense. So a supplement is a supplement. It's a supplement to your diet. So it helps you with your diet. Okay? So it's like an add-on type of thing. Okay? However, fair enough, protein. I've taken protein before. Protein shakes, stuff like that. But now I'm focusing more on the nutritional side, because there's a lot of things in that protein that I don't know about, And with that being the case, I don't really want to I don't really want to be having things that could potentially balance everything out. I want it to be, if I'm getting protein, I want to be able to get protein. And obviously if I'm getting it from there, it's not really going to do it for us, really. It might even set me back. It might not even do anything, and then there you go, you've wasted £20-30 or dollars or whatever it is you're using. So yeah, if you're going to be doing that, your proteins, make sure it is half an hour afterwards, okay, from that period of time. So you could have a chocolate milkshake and then your protein in the half an hour window, yeah. So that's another way to help yourself recover. Have some proteins, yeah. And if you're having a supplement, have protein supplement, then still have your meal later on in the day if you're going to. Okay. So now we go into number 5, alright? And number 5 is, it's potassium foods. This is the one that I've actually learned, sort of taught myself this one. Through research and through, just through looking through it, And I didn't really know this one until now. But yeah, potassium-rich foods. So this is there for post-workout, and this is what I was saying before, about like the golden 15 minutes, for example. So here's a good one to have for when you finish the gym, for example. So obviously potassium-rich foods, we're talking things like bananas. That's the only one I can really think of right now. Potatoes as well. I'm sure potatoes, potassium. But definitely bananas, if not that. I should know this. Yeah, definitely bananas. So you could come from the gym, for example. You get home, and then you have yourself... Well, actually, as soon as you come out the gym, you'd have yourself a banana. After you've done all your stretches to cool down and everything, you're just getting into the car, have yourself a banana, yeah? And it's also a simple sugar as well, because it's not complex. So there you go. That in itself's done it. And you could also have a chocolate milkshake with it, Maybe even make your own, Maybe put that into the milkshake, blend the banana into the milkshake. Then there you go. There's 2 of them you've hit off in the first 15 minutes. From the minute you walked out that gym, or the minute you finished your exercise, to the 15-minute window, right? There you go, you smashed 2 of them already there. And then you can have your supplement after half an hour, and then after that you can have your actual protein meal, That's one way to look at it. That's just an example for you. Because most people don't have a banana before they go to the gym. And no, the best way to do it is wait until you finish the gym, then have it as soon as you finish, as soon as you come back. So yeah, it's a key mineral to help you with your muscular energy. That's one of the reasons why. And bananas, yeah, potatoes as well. I knew it was potatoes, I knew it. Bananas and potatoes are good potassium sources, and yeah, they can go up with nearly anything. So, like I said, you could have a smoothie, have a homemade smoothie, or maybe just get like a normal smoothie, like say a Yazoo smoothie, for example, a chocolate one, and then like put that in the blender, put the banana in the blender, then there's a chocolate and banana milkshake. I mean, some people might think that's disgusting, but you're smashing two your key components to help you out there. You know, and I'm gonna get into why you should drink chocolate milkshakes a little bit further down in this video. So yeah, it's a key mineral to have for muscular energy, and that's one reason why you should ingest it from that period of time, you post-workout. So, wait there, I need to get the charger, otherwise we're going to die. Right, so we're on to number 6 now. Oh, this is made of very, very weird and awkward. Oh, that's quite bad, actually. Yeah, you can still see me. So, it looks a bit funny now. So yeah, we're on to number 6 now. And number 6 is focus on quality sleep. You want to focus on quality sleep. Why? Why do you want to focus on quality sleep? Simply because of the fact that if you get less than 6 hours sleep, you're not going to do anything. So 6 hours sleep's always been recommended by NHS. You know, all the things like that has been recommended by. So yeah, sorry, I know it looks a bit weird that I'm not looking at the camera, but I am. I am, don't worry. So yeah, you want to get at least 6 hours sleep. But however, sleep isn't just relaxing. If you've been for a really big workout, and sleep is another one further down about sleep as well, about why you should have naps throughout the day to help you out. So yeah, it's a good way to like unwind. It's a good way to like really relax your body, and it helps with protein synthesis as well. So protein synthesis is basically where your muscles begin to recover and they begin to like sort of repair themselves, you know. So it relieves stress as well. Really, if you're going to sleep, you can sort of relieve your stress. So ideally, you want to get more than the average, which is 6 hours. You want to get at least 8 hours out of said sleep. So you want to make sure that your muscles sort of are activated properly. So that means like you don't really want to be watching like TV before you go to bed type of thing. You want to be doing things like, I don't know, maybe read a book, do something like that. For example, you don't want to be you don't want to like have your head still like working, if you know what I mean, like as if it's not switched off. You want to be ready to fully go to bed, so you need to be ready to commit to going to bed basically and having a good sleep. So yeah, quality sleep. That's number 6 on our list. So yeah, have you ever had that time when, this is number 7, have you ever had that time, or these sort of times or whatever, when you felt sort of like, I'm not really up to it today, I don't fancy going to the gym, I'm totally buggered, I'm totally screwed, or I just don't want to go, you know, simple as that. It could be because you're beginning to sort of plateau, or your central nervous system could be sort of fatigued, and if that is the case, then that's one reason why you don't want to go. You know, if there's no other reasons to it, like, I don't know, I don't really want to get into sort of different scenarios, like say somebody that you don't like, for example. You know, if it's nothing like that, it's just like a mental thing, like you just, I just really can't be bothered to go today, I really don't want to do that run, you know, I'm not really feeling it. You could do an active recovery. So on your rest days, for example, you could go on a little bike ride around your village or something. I mean, it's just little things like that. Take your dog to the beach or something, you can throw frisbees for it and chase after tennis balls. Just walking about in general. It's like going to the shop, you know, go shopping or something, or go for a little walk, you know, unless you've done leg day, and you can't walk type of thing. Yeah, That's exactly what you should be doing. Because then your body's still sort of going. It's still getting in the motion. It's not sort of like in a stopped state. It's still going, even if it is like, even if you haven't really like, say if you go to the gym every Monday, for example, like what I do, or every Monday and Thursday, like what I do, and like say you don't feel like it one week, and it's just like out of the blue, you just really don't feel like you're up to it. Do some walking instead. Mix it up. It doesn't have to be like, oh, I'm either going to the gym or that's it. Like I'm totally just, I'm just not doing anything. Nah, you need to think outside the box. If you don't really feel up to it, like there's some of the reasons why. You want to make sure that you do something at least. Take the dogs for a walk. I would say walk your cat, but I don't really think you can. I think anyway, if you don't want to talk about cats, don't like them. You want to be doing things like that because that's just how it should be. You need to think outside the box. You need to be a little bit more creative and productive when it comes to that. But yeah, it also, for example, doing light cardio after say a strength training session, it'll help you relieve your soreness and stimulate blood flow and improve the circulation of your muscles overall. So there's no reason why you shouldn't. So after you've absolutely smashed, the strength training, go for a walk afterwards, Or sometimes what I do at college, it sounds a bit sad, I know, but what I'll do is, if I'm going to the gym that day, because I do leg day when I go to the gym when I'm at college, what I'll do is, most of the time I can't get parked like directly next to the college. Like, it's absolutely chock-a-block. So what I'll do is I'll try and park further away most of the time I've got to, so it's sort of like it's helping us out. And that gives us more steps, it gives us more to walk, and it's just little things like that, it helps you out a little bit. Them steps count, especially if you've got to do 100 steps from the car to the college, and then you've bumped it up to like say 200, there's 400 steps there and back at least. So you're doing something right. So this brings me on to number 8. And number 8 is reduce your stress. Stress, fair enough, you can get stress from anything. Say you've got a lot of coursework on, or say your job, you've got a lot of paperwork to do, a lot of filing to do. I don't know. Say you're a police officer and you've got to do a lot of you've just done a big drugs bust and you need to write up the report and you're going to be there for ages. It's going to stress you out. That type of thing, It's going to really stress you out. Or say you're just having a bad day, or you just feel horrible. Simple as that. You just don't really feel like yourself that day. But there's two things. There's two different types of stresses you can get. Now, acute stress is the type of thing you can get from doing exercise. And what I was saying before about your central nervous system being fatigued, you could be putting a lot of stress on that, because that's your brain and your spine. So whenever you make a thought or you want to do an action, like say I want to pick this hairbrush up right now, that's your central nervous system doing that. Yeah? You're telling it you wanted to pick it up, so you're going to pick it up. Okay? You can fatigue that and stress it, like give it really high amounts of stress from lifting weights or exercise in general. And that's the type of acute stress you can get. And not a lot of people really know that, why that happens, or what factors are in it. But that is one like form of stress, acute stress from the gym. There's also another thing called chronic stress. And chronic stress comes from other things such as, like I was saying before, like work deadlines, got a lot of paperwork, stuff like that. Okay? So you want to make sure that you're not really stressed out completely. You want to make sure you chill out. And that brings me on to number 9. And number 9 is listen to music. That can relax you a lot. Believe you me, that can help you relax a lot. And it blocks everything else out. Especially if you've got your earphones really blasting. You listen to a song and you're getting in, you're like, I'm liking that. It helps you to feel good. But also, it's more of a scientific thing, this, to sort of relieve your stress. But even when you're powering through a workout, listen to some music, whatever genre gets you through that and really like gets you pumped up. Listen to the Rocky theme song if you've got to. If that's what gets you going, you listen to that and you have that on repeat. You know. So that's one way to look at it. And you want to be able to. Oh, it's scientifically proven that apparently slow tempo songs can help to reduce your blood pressure and your pulse. Like I said, it's more of a scientific thing. But if it's a confirmed fact, it's certified, it's got that stamp on it, it's legit, then do that. Why not? These days we all rely on our phones these days. Don't lie, we all do. It doesn't matter whether you're 5 or 15 or 55, right? Or 105. Everybody these days has got a phone. I was on the bus the other day. Well, I say the other day, it was about 3 or 4 years ago. It was when the iPhone 5 had first came out. So yeah, that's how long that was. Last time I got on the bus. And there was kids at the front of the bus that were about 9 or 10, and they had an iPhone. And at the time, I was just, I was just coming at like phones and that properly. 10 years old, that's the generation we're living in right now. My brother's 10 and he's got Xboxes, iPads, a lot, When I was his age, fair enough, there wasn't anything like that. Fair enough, it was an Xbox, but the advanced technology in that he's got these days, don't get us started. But yeah, so that's what you want to do. You want to listen to music to chill you out. And we're on to number 10 now. And number 10 is consume protein before bed. So yeah, protein is it's just essential. Your muscles rely on protein. So you need to have protein before you work out. And you need to have protein before you go to bed, essentially. And you'll never guess what the next one is about protein. I'll leave that one up to you. So, yeah, you want to make sure that your body will go to... Because your body repairs. It grows and repairs in your sleep. That's the protein synthesis thing. Yeah, because your body just switches off and it helps to aid the repair and recovery. Okay? So that's protein synthesis for you. And then, obviously, when you're asleep, your body will begin to do that, what I was saying before, begin to work behind the scenes. So not only are we getting a lot of sleep now, we know why we need a lot of sleep for, and now just to aid that and to really keep your body from going, prevent your body from going, to keep your body going and to keep it really stress free, and to get them muscles that you really want and them gains, have a protein snack. Have another one of them supplements if that's what you really want to do. These are the times when supplements come in handy. Yeah, because you've had all your meals for the day. You've done your workout. Now before you go to bed, we'll top it up a bit. Yeah, make sure that we're not going overboard with it and we're not just eating protein for every meal type of thing, because you will go over your proteins and it can really affect your kidneys and your liver. And yeah, it's not all good, mate. I'm telling you, it's not all good. But yeah, if you're eating the amount you should be, and you're not eating too much or too little, you're eating just the right amount, then yeah, that's good. So having it before you go to bed. So protein before you go to bed, protein before the gym, protein before bed. Guess what number 11 is? Yes, it is. You're right. Protein before, I was going to say before you wake up. Protein on a morning. Eat it for your first meal if you can. There's been many a time my mum said to us after I've just eaten me Weetabix, "Oh, do you want a bacon sandwich?" I'm like, do you know what? Yeah, I really do. So I'll have a bacon sandwich and a cup of tea. There's nothing better. Nothing at all better than that. So yeah, obviously no brown sauce. It has to be tomato sauce. It has to be ketchup. If it's not ketchup, then it's either going to be dry, and if it's brown, let's just not get into that. So yeah, you want to eat it on the morning as well. Breakfast high in protein really do help you out. So you can even have that supplement on the morning, you know? There you go. These are reasons why we should have supplements, right? That's why I'm saying I don't condone not having them, you know? You should be able to have them. But if you know how to take them properly, because some people are just going to be like, oh, I'm going to eat about 20 scoops of this for my breakfast, and that's it, my day's sorted. Nah, it doesn't quite work like that. It needs to be like a structured time frame when you're going to take them. Okay, so protein before you work out, protein before bed, and protein just after you're getting out of bed. Okay, and this brings me on to, yes, that's right, it brings me on to the chocolate milk. Now, I was talking before about chocolate milk, and after a good night's rest, it could do with a recharge. So basically, a breakfast high in protein, and even chocolate milk, you know. But yeah, it's a good post-workout snack to have. Like I was saying before, chocolate milk. It's a really good one to have. So what I was saying, you know, it's like I basically give you a very big suggestion on how to do that, how to work it. And I was saying, well, have yourself a banana, like from the 15 minutes that you've been exercising to, you know, from 0 to 15 minutes after you work out. Okay. You want to be able to have you want to be able to try and fit a banana in that, or some potatoes, and chocolate milk. So that's what I was saying, put them two together. You don't have like a homemade sort of smoothie type of thing. I do that all the time. I absolutely love to do that. You know, I'm always eating smoothies. No, you drink smoothie, you don't eat smoothies. Unless it's got bits in, then like, I don't know, it's getting a bit complicated now. But yeah, your body needs a little bit of a recharge, and chocolatey carbs are known to actually help speed up the process. So if you have yourself a nice chocolate milk, you're helping yourself out, you know. This brings me on to number 13, and you want to be able to drink a lot of water. This is because our bodies are made up of, I think it's 80% water. It might be a little bit more. You want to be able to make sure that you are basically drinking enough of that. Especially because recently in the UK, like where I'm from anyway, it's been really, really warm. And you know, you start to get headaches a lot because you need to drink more water. Simple as that. Especially if you're exercising as well, you need to drink like quite a bit more water than what you should be. And that'll be a video that I'm going to put on in the next couple of weeks. A video about that. How much water you should drink and why. Why should you do it? Because I'm not just going to say, drink another 2 litres of water. Yeah, I'll be alright. No, there's an explanation behind it. I'm going to give you the effect of what happens if you don't drink enough and what happens if you drink too much. And also how to basically calculate you're drinking enough. Because that's important. That is really important. Water is like, it's going to be one of the banes of your life. But yeah, make sure you drink enough water. Because it helps to replenish all the fluids and helps to replace things and gets rid of all the waste products in your body as well to help it cleanse and be clean. So yeah, a healthy amount of water in your diet, can't go wrong. Even if it has to be flavoured water, because I say to a lot of people these days, oh, you should drink more water. Have you not thought about cutting out that, Dr. Pepper and going for, say, some water? Or cut that Monster out and go for some water, Or maybe just drink one Monster every week or something, for example. Don't cut out completely. Just reduce the amount you're having because it's too much. And you'll get like an insulin spike and you'll feel, just go up and down and up and down. So yeah, do something like that. And they're always like, oh no, I don't like the taste of water, it's minging. Ugh. And I always say to them, I'm saying, well, what about flavoured water? And they're like, oh, I like flavoured water. And I'm like, well, do you not want to try flavoured water? Do you not want to give it a go? Like, obviously I can't force them to do it. I'm just taking an interest in their health. That's all. So yeah, that's one way to go about that. If you don't like the taste of water, then try and find like a flavored alternative. Like say strawberry or something like that. It's a good way to go. 14. Make a foam roller your friend. So a foam roller is basically well, I didn't really want to put it in this list because for one, I'm not really 100% sure what a foam roller is, but I know that's been proven to be good, and I'm just trying to remember off the top of my head what a foam roller is. But I'll explain what it does, because I just had a blonde moment there. So yeah, what a foam roller helps to do, it helps to basically get rid of your like your fatigue or your soreness in your muscles. It helps to basically like get rid of all the knotting in your bodies, like all your muscles and that, stops them from really like hurting. And it prevents imbalances from forming as well. It's not necessarily noted for comfort, I know that much, but the benefits that you can get from it, obviously worth doing it. It's like a lot of things in life. You've got to be able to sacrifice something to sort of really, get somewhere. And that's one of them, the foam roller. And I just can't believe, I feel quite embarrassed the fact I forgot what one is. But you can Google one of them. Yeah. So yeah, you wanna be able to use a foam roller. Get to know what one of them is. Number 15 is going to be have a massage. Yeah, have yourself a massage. Because there's one thing that you don't really want to. You don't really want to be sort of, I don't know. It's always been in the back of my mind. It's always been good to get a massage, because it does relate. Like if you've got say a back spasm or something, that's the best place to sort of get it sorted. I think it sort of speaks for itself why you would go to, like say a physio or something like that. Get yourself a massage. There's nothing better. There's nothing better. My ex-girlfriend, she's been health and beauty. She used to do massages and that. Tell you what, I would really take the benefits from that. The amount of back massages that I got my time. I tell you, it did me the world of good. It really did. I absolutely loved it. Just the tingly feeling. It's hard to explain really, but it's just you get like a nice feeling to it, and it's like, oh, that's really good. That I could do with one right now. So yeah, have yourself a massage, or go get yourself one. Number 16 is it's touching a little bit on the proteins, and obviously you want to make sure that you eat it beforehand. So it's a little bit like what I was saying before, but this is a little bit more why you should do it. So you want to make sure that you have a little bit of protein before you work out. So I'm trying to think of a good example now. So complex carbohydrate with the protein could be say pasta, maybe bacon carbonara, for example. That would be an okay one to have. Or a chicken and bacon carbonara. Yeah, I can see that working. Quite well. So that's one thing to consider. It's one thing to sort of look at. But like I was saying before, it helps to trigger the synthesis in your body. So muscle synthesis is, again, it helps to repair and build your muscles. Even after you've hit the gym to before, So it's important to have a little bit of protein beforehand as well. Okay. So if you can have yourself, even if you have like say, I don't know, like a little bit of chicken and some potatoes before you go to the gym, that could help you out too. Yeah. So on to number 17, and you want to have yourself a daytime nap. Sleep is a very, very crucial, important key for exercise, and you want it's called like a power nap, as far as I know, or a cat nap. You know, like say you're coming from college or you're coming from school, or it's just like a Sunday, and you just think to yourself, I'm just gonna chill out, you know. And before you know it, you're falling asleep for about half an hour, and you wake up and you're confused. You're like, what? Yeah, have you ever had them? Really bad, aren't they? It's horrible. You feel like being in a coma. You're like, oh, what have I missed? What have I missed? What day is it? What time is it? You know. So yeah, you want to make sure that you have yourself a little nap, because it can help you. You know, it can just help you out a lot. You know, the more sleep you can get, the better, as far as I'm concerned. So that's one thing to consider. So going on to number 18 now, and while you should, well, this is resting your muscles, but you should have a structured plan by now, when you go to the gym. So like say, the ideal type of sort of ratio you should have. I remember one of my tutors was telling us last year, one of the best sort of things that's worked for him is to have 3 days where, like 3 days in a row, where you are basically working out. So like say Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, use the gym, and then say Thursday have your day off, and then Friday, Saturday, Sunday have your day on again. But you can, the good thing about that is you can alternate it with your lifestyle. I remember when I was in my last relationship, that worked well. Like I could have 2 days on, 1 day off, and then 3 days on, 1 day off. You know, it worked like that. It worked really well. It worked in sync. Because obviously she had her things going on, I had mine, and I could manage to fit that around there quite well. You know, sometimes I'd even do some yoga or something with her. You know, but yeah, it works quite well. So you need to be able to work your muscles enough and also rest them enough. This is one about a balance. You need to have a fine balance in pretty much everything. That's the hardest part, finding the balance. Because if you're trying to adapt, like say you eat a lot of food that you really shouldn't, or you eat too much good stuff and you don't put enough like different things into your body, like balancing it, that's the hardest part to adapt. Whether it's sleep, whether it's food, whether it's rest. Being able to adapt to a good sort of routine is really, really hard. And you need to be able to sit down and be saying to yourself, like, this is how it should go. You know, structure it all out, plan it out, because it's your life at the end of the day. It's your lifestyle and your health. So yeah, that's number 18. Make sure you rest your muscles properly. Yeah. So like I was saying before, have a good ratio of rest to work periods. All right. Make sure that the period of time that you work and doesn't go below 2 days in a row, and your rest days aren't like more than what you work, and obviously. Okay. So number 19. This is something I've read about recently. Actually, there's a footballer. Because he's been in really good form actually, and I don't like Sunderland, but when it comes to like fitness and health and stuff like that, I'm all over stuff like that. You know, athletes, the lot. You know, I'm all over it like a rush. Because you know it's just interesting to know. And he's called Jermaine Defoe, plays for Sunderland, and he's been in really good form this season. And I think he's almost 34 years old now, and he's there. I think he will be their top scorer. And what he does is he has a cold bath. Oh, it's like a sub-zero bath. And he has to wear gloves, and I think he's got to wear socks or something as well. But obviously he'll be wearing some boxers or some shorts or something, I would imagine, going into this. And I think it's minus 80 degrees, and he sits in there for, don't quote me on this, I think it's between 20 minutes and 40 minutes sitting in there. And what this does is, it might sound like a scary prospect, but it's actually been shown that taking a cold bath after a workout can reduce soreness and like inflammation for up to 24 hours after your exercise. So that basically cuts your DOMS time down. So if you can recover faster, you can get yourself back in that gym sooner, basically, you know, or you can work that little bit extra. And obviously that little bit extra is paying off for that footballer in particular, because if you ask me, he's basically helped them stay up. You know, I don't really follow Sunderland that much because obviously my team's Newcastle. But from that sort of point, like that sort of standpoint, it's absolutely phenomenal and incredible in one respect. that a player that old is being relied upon so much. It's not really that heard of these days. But that's number 19. Take yourself a cold bath, but be careful because that can be potentially lethal. Stuff like that. So be careful. Be really, really careful. I'll read up about a cold bath as well on Google or wherever it may be, because there is some sort of things you should take into consideration with that. And yeah, number 20. Again, it's just basically summarising everything and about the resting your muscles. You want to make sure that your rest is structured. So whether you're doing an active recovery for that, so that's like basically take your dog for a walk, walking around the aisles of the shops, buying food, or you fancy having a handyman day, and you just you're helping to fix, say, the cupboards, or you're doing something like that, but it's productive. So like say you've got to walk to the van, or you've got to walk somewhere here and there, just active recovery. That's better than, say, just sitting doing nothing. And you want to make sure your rest period is enough so that your body can cope, especially with DOMs as well. So 3 days on, 1 day off, or 2 days on, 1 day off is okay. 2 days on, 1 day off is sort of leaning towards, like, it's not really going to gain you as much. So 3 to 4 days off and 1 day off, 3 to 4 days on, 1 day off is spot on. And yeah, there you have it. There is a full list of 20 things and reasons why you should rest after exercise. And I hope you have learned something in this video. I know it's been a very long one, so bear with me with that. But yeah, I hope you've enjoyed the video. I hope you've learned something. I've certainly learned something, and I know for a fact at least 10 of these on here you can do, or you currently are doing now. And if you are doing at least 10 of these right now, then you need to give yourself a good pat on the back, because you're doing it right, and keep it up. And I hope you all reach your goals and your intended targets. And until next week, until we meet again, thank you. And if you like what you see, follow the page, like it, because it's got there's going to be a lot of personal training stuff coming up now. I wish I was being a personal trainer now. Woo! So yeah, thanks for watching, and I'll see you again next week.